Окей, новости недели, Петя Люкимсон.
Мы до сих пор не услышали от палестинцев готовности говорить о том, что Израиль это еврейское государство. Это первое.
Roadmap is saying about two-state solution or two states for two peoples, and we agree that one state should be for the Palestinians, for Palestinian people. But we have never confirmed from the Palestinian side that Palestinians are ready for Jewish state.
When the roadmap talks about two state for two people, I think the answer for that came from our president Abu Mazen when he said, after establishing the two state, you can name it whatever you want to. If you want to call it a Jewish state, it's fine with us. We don't have any problem with that. But at least we have to define that the state, the Palestinian state is there, and this is the border of the Palestinian state, and then within your state, you name it the way you want it to. Unless what you mean by the Jewish state, that means that you want to kick out all other religion out of that. Christian, Muslims, even you have Nabhanis, Druze, and others. This is what you want? That's how we understand what you mean by the Jewish state. Even when you were living in the Soviet Union, I think they have Christian, Jews, Muslims, Buddhism, and everywhere. So
Peter Lucumson is returning the same question to you, and he is asking, do you mean that representatives of other religions,
yes,
means Christians, Jewish, and Druze,
they can live
people,
in the Palestinian state? Yes.
Они будут жить
We have no problem of having Christian, Jews,
У нас нет проблем, чтобы
whoever,
они там,
to live in the Palestinian state.
We also don't have problems with Christians and Jewish state.
Only with the Christians, but the only Muslims are the only problem for you? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Мусульмане для нас не проблема.
But we don't have any problem with that. So I mean, you can.
But we need to declare, as far as I understand.
Чтобы евреи были признаны государствообразующими.
It's a very important point. We disagree with your point that if it's a Jewish country, we don't want we want to kick off other religions. We are very happy to be with other religions. It's not a problem. But we're speaking about Jewish as a nation. Which is forming the country, and the same should be applied to Palestinian authorities. So we recognize Palestinians as a nation which is forming the state, but we want us Jewish to be accepted and recognized as a nation which is forming the country or the state of Israel. That is the problem, and we want you to recognize it.
Okay, I understand what you're asking for this, but I have, in order to answer you, I need to understand more about this. Do you mean by you will get all the Jews from New York to come and live here, and you don't want any Jews to be in the States, for example? I mean, what does it mean? I mean, Jewish, you don't want to be. I mean, you are in the state. You are almost powerful over there, which is helping and supporting Israel by being there as Jews in the United States, and even in Russia, you have a good lobby now. I mean, to support Israel. Yeah, I don't. I mean, you want all?
What is it? Look,
I don't understand. No, I mean, really, what?
There is a problem also with words. Okay. There is a distinction between what we call a Jewish state and the right of the Jewish people to have a state.
It's a right of Jews to come
to have a state.
To have a state. Право евреев иметь государство.
Now, I don't want others to tell me what kind of state is my state. If I want to call Israel the Jewish state of Israel, so I will call it, not others. But what is really important for many of us is that the Palestinians will recognize the fact that we're here not because we are stronger, but because we have the right to have a state here on this land. So in the Geneva-Accord, as a model, as an example, what it is written there, which I think can be an example for the future. There is a mutual recognition of the right of the Palestinian people to a state, to statehood, and of the Jewish people to statehood, without hurting the rights of all the others who are not Jews, protecting the rights of all citizens of the two states. And there is a mutual recognition
И это взаимное признание,
that every state
что каждое
is
государство
the homeland
это дом, это национальный очаг
of the two respective peoples. So I believe that this kind of formula, more or less, which is mutual and makes sure that the rights of all citizens are protected.
Are you clarifying your own position or position of Palestinian Palestinian authority? Because we have to understand it.
I'm quoting, I'm saying what is written in the Geneva-Accord.
Это то, что написано в соглашении Женевской инициативы.
Which was agreed between a group of Israelis and a group of Palestinians.
Right.
A group of Israelis and Palestinians agreed
Что
to
было
this formula.
подписано, что было подписано группой палестинцев и группой израильтян. But Fatah is not on the position of Geneva Initiative.
What I'm saying is a group of Israelis and Palestinians. Okay. What I'm saying is that this example, this model, can give us a thought for the future how our needs can be met. More or less, someone can come with a better formula. So I think it's a mistake when we call it a Jewish state. That's not the issue. The issue is two homelands for two peoples, without hurting the rights of all citizens in the two states.
Okay, what is the relations of? It's a very good question from Margorin. What is relations of Palestinian leadership to this position?
Well, you know,
two national homes.
Just in Geneva, it was part of a comprehensive agreement. It's not just one element. When you agree on all elements, this is a part of the comprehensive agreement. It's in the context of a final status agreement.
All one document dealt with many issues all together in order to find a solution. It's not only for this precisely. And what I don't really, I'm trying to understand your view. Are you saying to me that you want the Palestinians to acknowledge the Jewish state, and in return you will acknowledge the Palestinian state on the border of 4th of June 1967?
Mark is clarifying his position. In his opinion, there should be agreement on two-state solution in principle, in general, and all the details, all the issues to be on the table of negotiations. And even right-wing, even Israeli right-wing is ready to such development. First, we recognize a two-state solution in principle, in general, and we discuss all the issues during negotiations, and not precondition and not prerequisite. It's just prerequisite. The only prerequisite is agreement for two-state solution.
Well, we already, talked about the two-state solution, and we're ready to do that. But you cannot go and only negotiate, and we've been negotiating since year 2000 till now. While you are building more settlement and putting more facts on the ground. This cannot continue like this. Let's decide on the border of these two states now, okay?
Mark is asking, if we start with borders, so what will be in negotiations?
At least we know this is the state of Palestine and this is the state of Israel, and we will continue in other issues because there is not one issue is there related. We'll talk about the settlement, we will talk about the Jerusalem, we will talk about the refugees, we will talk about the water and economy. We have many issues that we can talk about. We can talk about the relationship between the two states, how to be neighbors, how to deal with each other in a peaceful time instead of conflicting with each other, and how to deal with other nations in the region as well, with good relations between Israel and other Arab nations. That's